Hey, it's a Yogi Momo. Today's flow is all about plank. When we empower ourselves from our physical core, we will actually do exactly what needs to happen to open up our hearts. So it might be a little tougher than our flows before, but it will be worth it. Stay tuned. Lots of good stuff coming your way. And when you like everything that you've experienced, hit subscribe at the end of class. So welcome to today's flow. It's the Yogi Momo and I'm joined by Cash today, and today is all about plank, and it is part of our gratitude series because when you focus on your plank pose, whether it's the forearm plank that we'll experience today or the high plank that we will also experience today, you're going to find that when you are so concentrated on that power that you're trying to just tap into right there in the core or the center of your body, you can't really think about the things that cause you stress or anger or worry or frustration, which in turn helps to open up your heart. Because when you can't think about the things that cause you frustration, eventually they just kind of melt away. That's the power of plank. So today is going to be a little bit tougher probably than most of our gratitude flows have been, but it is also going to be highly accessible, which means that no matter who you are, what your experience is, or what your fear level is with plank pose, you can do this, I promise you. We're going to use the knees. We're going to have a lot of chance to modify. And so, yeah, it's going to be a great day. Let's start off in seated. Just cross your legs where you are. Close your eyes. And what I want you to do is just tell yourself that you deserve these next few moments here on your mat. Because as we focus on plank pose, we are going to find that the fire of our concentration, the fire of our focus right there in the middle of our belly, it's going to feel like a physical fire. But it's going to clear our minds, it's going to clear our hearts, it's going to uncloud our spirit. And in turn, it's going to help us to create some physical strength. So just sit there in a comfortable position and just breathe, telling yourself you deserve this time. You are worthy of this time. And the fact that you are going to focus on your physical health, your emotional health, your mental, your spiritual health, means that you recognize the worthiness of you. All right, let's open up your eyes. We're going to start to work more intentionally on our breath. The 3-part breath is what's going to take us through, and the key is once we get that breath established here on our mats while we're seated, once we come to plank, we got to maintain it. The number one rule to plank is you can't hold your breath, because if you hold your breath, you're not going to send oxygen into those muscles as you need it. So from where you are seated, place your hands alongside you. 3-part breath, belly, ribs, chest. That's when we inhale the arms up, and then we exhale, we bring them down. All right, Cash, you ready? 3-part breath. Here we go. Inhale, take the arms up. Fill that chest with air, hands meet. Exhale, bring them down. Keep it going. Inhale, take the arms up. Chest is filling with air. Exhale, bring them down. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, take them up. Exhale, bring them down. 1 more. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, bring it down. All right, we're going to do some seated cat-cow. So cat-cow is the same exact breath. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. But we're going to move the spine, move the neck as we do it. So hands are on the knees. Inhale, belly fills with air. Drop your shoulders, look up. Exhale, roll the shoulders toward the ears, bring the chin toward the chest. Inhale, drop those shoulders, look up. Cow. Exhale, roll the shoulders to the ears, chin to the chest, cat. Inhale, cow, look up. Exhale, cat, roll and arch that back. 2 more, inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. 1 more. Such good movement for the spine, for the neck. And then sit up nice and tall. All right, from where you are, take your right hand, bring it up. Turn the palm, let it fall back down. Touch your right shoulder. Left hand grabs the right elbow. Pull the arm back and sit up tall. While this is strengthening our arms, I want you to notice the lengthening of your spine as you sit there. So you are growing taller from the tailbone all the way to the top of your head. Keep breathing. 1 more. Release that left arm, unwind the right, right comes down. This time left goes up. Bend the elbow as the right or the left palm touches the left shoulder blade. Right hand grabs the left elbow. As you tug that elbow gently up, sit up tall and breathe. Lengthening from the spine at the tailbone all the way through the neck, up into the top of your head. One more breath. Release that right arm and then take the left arm back down. Roll the shoulders back a few rounds. Roll them forward. All right, we are ready to come to standing. So we're only going to flow a couple times once we come to standing. We're going to do 2 of our sun salutations. That's just to get all of those muscles going. And then we'll figure out how to integrate plank once we're there. All right, so let's come to standing. All right, Cash, you're going to have to give me a little spot. You're going to stay there for your down dog, huh? All right, everybody stand tall. Your feet are stacked under your hips are stacked under your shoulders. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here. Inhale, take the arms up. Gaze goes to the ceiling. Hands meet, exhale, pull them down. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen through the spine as you look up. Exhale, bring it all down. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. All right, this next time we fold. Here we go. Inhale up. Hinge from the hips. Exhale, bow and forward fold. Let the head just bow down. Release the arms. Head hangs. Gaze is on the knees. Those knees can be bent or they can be straight. It's whatever your body needs. If your hands are reaching the floor, let them hang out there. If not, grab opposite elbows. Head is hanging. Crown of the head open toward the ground. Close your eyes. Let's breathe here. When your eyes are closed in the forward fold, you don't worry about how far you are folding. You just fold. 1 more breath. Let's release those elbows if you're holding on to them. Place the hands on the shins, look up halfway and hold here. This is going to be a key piece to your plank. So as you're looking straight ahead, feel the lengthening from the top of your head, down your neck, through your spine, out to your tailbone. That's the same way you want to feel whenever you're in plank. Lengthening from the neck, through the spine, to the tailbone. Feel those hamstrings stretching. Keep breathing. Speaking of plank, here we go. Bend the knees. Hands go down to the mat. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. We're in high plank. We're going to hold 2 breaths. That's all we've got here. Put your knees on the mat. Inhale. And now exhale. Lower your chest. Keep your elbows tucked close by your body. Flip your feet over. Inhale, cobra. Lift your chest. Lift your gaze. Elbows are still tucked close by the body. Keep breathing. Go ahead and tuck those toes. Inhale. And then as you exhale, push to your knees. Push the hips up. Down dog. Take a step in. So when you come to down dog, you're looking toward your feet. Fingers are spread wide. Heels can be up or heels can be down. Knees can be bent or knees can be straight. It's completely up to you. Just keep your gaze on your feet and keep breathing. 2 more breaths right here in this down dog. Shift the eyes to your hands. Start to walk the feet up nice and slowly, nice and gently. Slide the hands onto the shins. Lift up halfway. Look ahead. Breathe. Inhale again. Exhale, fold. Put a generous bend in those knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let's rise. Exhale down. All right. This next time when we flow, when we get down to our bellies and we lift up into cobra, we're going to come back down, and that's where we're going to learn to play around a little bit with that forearm plank. Okay, I'll talk you through it. So first, stand tall. Look straight ahead. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold and bend. Hands on the hips, or hands on the shins. Look up halfway, not the hips. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank. Hold right here. You're on the balls of your feet. You're looking at your hands. Inhale. Take the knees on the exhale, thighs, chest follow. Flip your feet over, tops of the feet on the mat. Inhale, look up, cobra. Exhale, lower the head, release the hands so you're looking straight down at the mat. Now we're coming into what's called forearm plank. So you've got the forearms already on the mat, but we've got to scooch them up a bit. So you've got some choices. You can either put the forearms out so they're making a 90-degree angle. Hands can be flat. You can also make fists with your hands, or the way I do it is you can clasp the hands together, but you've got to figure out what gives you the best stability. So once you're here, you plant the arms. Let's come onto the balls of our feet. Push up from the hips. You're in plank. Now right here, you felt what the plank is supposed to feel like. Take the knees to the mat. It should still feel the same. You've just decreased a little bit of that pressure on your low back. I want you to breathe. So everybody's knees are down. That's how we're going to do this first round. Breathe. Balls of the feet are still on the mat. Imagine you're pushing your heels back like there's a wall right behind them. You're pressing into it. Keep breathing. Belly button is reaching toward the spine. Breathe. One more. Lower the chest, release the hands, forehead comes down, uncurl those toes. We're going to stay right here in this crocodile pose. So the forearms are on the mat, so is the forehead, basically so is all the other parts of your body. Your chest, your belly, your thighs, the tops of your feet, your kneecaps. Breathe here. We've done one forearm plank. We've got a couple more rounds to go. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Now let's lift the head back up. Put those forearms how you liked them. If you did it one way in round one, maybe you try a different way in round two just to see what works for you. I always seem to go back to clasping my hands together. It's completely up to you. All right, forearms are rooted down. Curl the toes so the balls of the feet are now on the mat. So those heels are pushing back. When you're ready, lift onto your knees and now lift the knees up. Forearm plank. Now right here, if you need to, take the knees down just like we did it before. Just don't let the shins go. If your shins stay off the mat, you're still in plank. Everybody breathe. Fire your concentration. Melting away all the worries, all the distractions. Breathe. 3 more. Exhale everything down. Take the hands apart. Put the hands on the forehead this time. So make that little pillow with your hands. Come back into crocodile. This is how we relieve the low back. So as you're lying on your bellies breathing, let me talk you through plank just a bit more. Not only does it utilize 20 plus muscles, I can't even name them all right now, but the main muscles that we are empowering are your core muscles. And they're not just your belly muscles. So it's your belly, all the muscles there in your abdomen. It's the sides of your waist, so your obliques. And then that part that seems to give all of us a little bit of trouble, it's the low back. So think of your plank as this corset that wraps around the midline of your body. That's your powerhouse, all right? And we're going to empower it from the inside out, not from the outside in. 2 more cleansing breaths right where you are. We're going to do 1 more forearm plank. Lift your head up. Bring those forearms back down. So again, hands out, fingers spread wide, or make a fist, or clasp the hands together. Go and curl the feet so the balls of the feet are back on the mat. Knees are on the mat. Let's lift the pelvis. Keep the knees down if that's where you're going to stay, or take the knees up. Here we go. We got 10 breaths. Inhale, 9. And 8. Knees up or down does not matter. 6. You're halfway there. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Inhale. Exhale everything down to the mat. Make that little pillow with your hands. Bring your forehead down. This is where you bring restoration to that low back. It's really funny. Our belly doesn't seem to bother us nearly as much as our low back. But the amount of time in our work day and our school day that we spend immobile, our low back doesn't get what it needs. And so when plank begins to kick in, The low back is reminded of what it's supposed to be doing, the support that it provides to the upper body, the balance and strength it provides to the low body. But we got to ease it back into new muscle memory. That's what plank does for us. One more breath. Now look up. Take the hands back under the shoulders. Fingers are spread wide. Curl the toes. Inhale. Exhale. Push to the knees. Lift the hips, down dog. Look at your feet. Take a step in as you're looking. So let me talk you through your down dog again. Fingers are spread wide. Don't just press into the base of your hand. Press the backs of each finger down into the mat so it's all distributed evenly in between the two hands. Heels can be up or down. Knees can be bent or straight. Keep breathing. Now look at your hands. Walk the feet forward. Slide the hands onto the shins. And fold. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms. Rise up. Exhale. Lower down. Feels like a while since we've been back up. Shake it out. All right, this next time, we are going to hinge between down dog and plank. So down dog, our body's making that beautiful inverted V. Plank, our body is making the plank, the board. Now, maybe your hips will be up a little bit in plank. You have to kind of judge where your low back is today. You're going to notice that the more strength you bring to the low back, the new muscle memory you create right back here, the more you're able to bring the hips down and bring them in line with your shoulders. So you've got that beautiful slope coming from the shoulders all the way out through the heels. All right, it'll make sense once we get there. Everybody stand tall. Look straight ahead. Here we go. Inhale, sweep them up. Hands come together. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands onto the shins, halfway lift. Look up. Bend the knees. Spread the fingers wide as the hands go down. Step back to plank. And now we flow from here. You can put the knees on the mat or you can leave them up. But everybody lower the whole body down to the mat. Chaturanga. Flip your feet over. Inhale, look up, cobra. Curl the toes. Push to your knees. Exhale, down dog. Take a little step in. Let's get our down dog set first. So feet are rooting into the balls onto our mat. The heels are lifted slightly. Don't look at your hands, but feel them. Make sure the fingers are spread wide. Hands are a little more than shoulder width apart. Backs of the knuckles pushing into the mat. So as your gaze is on your feet, you're in down dog. Here's how we shift. Look at your hands, hinge forward, plank. Look at your feet, hinge back, down dog. If you notice you were having some trouble with your wrist, adjust your hands. Get them repositioned before we float through again. Eyes are on the feet, down dog. Take the eyes to the hands, float forward, plank. Eyes to the feet, push the hips up, down dog. Eyes on the hands, plank. This is so good for your shoulder, that scapular motion. Keep going, push back, down dog. Come forward, plank, and down dog. Let's do 2 more rounds. Plank, down dog. Plank, down dog. This time take the eyes to the hands, but bring the feet forward. You can walk them up or step one at a time. Hands on the shins, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to stay here. So as you fold, bend the knees as much as you need to, but don't put your hands on the ground. Let your arms hang. Take your wrist, roll them out into circles. That down dog plank motion does a little bit of work to our wrist. Now roll them the opposite direction, make circles. We've got to keep health in our wrists. They are integral to so many parts of our yoga practice. One more time, roll them out. And in. Now slide them onto the shins, look up halfway. This time exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, rise up. Exhale, lower down. All right, so this next time, stay with me, trust me. If you will do your plank on your knees, every bit of this will be accessible. So let me show you what's going to happen. Whenever we step back to plank, that very first round, so you watch first. When we step back, we're going to be right here. We're going to practice our chaturanga. So I want you to watch my elbows more than you watch anything else. So here I go. I push forward, bend my elbows, hover, push back up. Bend my elbows, hover, push back up. But the key I want you to notice is my elbows don't go out. They stay in. We call those your chaturanga arms. When you can develop the strength from the shoulder all the way down into the arms, guys, that's what we're working toward. We want strength in every part of our body. Not just in certain parts, we want it all over. We want it evenly distributed, so no matter what your life activity is asking of you, you're gonna find the strength that you need to be able to meet the demands of that activity. So, I need you to bear with me. Knees can be down, it is still plank. Balls of the feet, knees, and then you just lower and lift with the elbows. And remember, the elbows stay close, they don't go out, all right? Trust me, we're gonna do 5 of those. You can do this. Don't think of them as push-ups in elementary PE class. Think of them as chaturanga hovers. Sounds way more adult, way more exotic. So let's just stand tall first. Shoulders are back. You can do this. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands on the shins, look up halfway. Bend the knees, plant those hands first before we step back. Check your hands. If your fingers are not spread wide, spread them out. Now step back. Plank. All right, knees can stay up or knees can be down. It's your choice. Balls of the feet are on the mat, knees up or down. Here we go. Exhale, lower, hover, push back up. Lower, keep those elbows tight, push up. 3 more. Hover and up. Hover and up. You've almost done it. Hover and up. Everybody's knees down, spread them wide, push your bottom back to your heels. Take the forehead down. Whew, find a child's pose right here. That motion right there will help you believe that there are 20 plus muscles involved whenever we're doing plank. Keep breathing. Let it all go in child's pose. If we want to have balance, we've got to have a strong core. But more than that, if we want to believe in ourselves, that belief resides right there in the center of your body, your solar plexus, right there behind your navel. That energy of self-belief. And when you empower the physical core part of your body, you are tapping into that energy that's right there in the center as well. Believing that you are valuable, you are powerful, you are worthy. So it feels on the surface that it's all about muscles, but it is not. It is about so much more. Take one more cleansing breath here. All right, come up. Let's bring the knees back together. Find your way to tabletop. Curl your toes. Exhale, lift your hips down dog. Look at your hand, or look at your feet. Breathe it out. Eyes to the hands. Step or walk forward. Hands on the shins, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, rise up. And exhale, lower. All right, we got one more little thing to do with our little plank, so I want you to come down, have a seat on your shins. So plank is really amazing because it has so many different access points. So I'm going to show you how you can really begin to think about those obliques. So typically when you're in forearm plank or you're in high plank, everything's going pretty much parallel to what the length of the mat is. When you start doing something like side plank, you're actually empowering these obliques. And yes, I know we have all these cosmetic or external reasons as to why we want to work this part, but I'm telling you, these are key to that corset of muscles that go around your body. So it's not about just what you do for yourself cosmetically or physically. It is about the entire core. So we've got to do things that strengthen the side body, the side part of the waist. So I'm going to show you side plank with the modification of, it's almost like having the knees down, but instead we use a foot. And then I'm going to show you the opposite way of having both feet up. And you've got to figure out where your body is. Probably if knees were down for your high plank, you're going to use one of the feet down for your side plank. It's still plank, all right? That is the beautiful thing about yoga. So many access points, so that no matter where you are on this journey, you find your door and you come in. All right, so here's how it's going to work. I want you to watch first. We're going to come into a high plank, so you find the fingers spread wide, you come up, and now we're going to take ourselves and we're going to put our weight into the right hand and come onto the edge of the right foot. And when we do that, put your left foot directly behind you. Lift your right arm. Or excuse me, lift your left arm. Hold here. That's one version. You also can come here, tip over, and stack this foot on top of it. So the left foot's on top of the right foot. Your third option, so you have many options. Your third option is you come onto the right hand, the edge of the right foot, the left hand comes up, and the left leg lifts. So many access points. You've got to find the one that works for you. The key is, if you're feeling like your wrist strength is not where it needs to be yet, keep one of your feet on the ground. So when we're on the right side, keep the left foot planted. You're still working the obliques, the side body, but we're taking care of the wrist. So don't let the waist or the belly tell you what you can or can't do. Listen to what your wrists are telling you, okay? Listen to your wrist. That's where we're trying to increase the health and increase the strength, all right? So we're actually gonna start on the left side. Since I did the right 3 times, I'm gonna give my right wrist a chance to rest for a second while we all do the left, and then we will flip over. So here we are, all fours. Check the fingers, they should be spread wide. Breathe. Take the feet, send them back. Hold your plank. Let's come onto the edge of the left foot, onto the left hand. Plant the right foot behind you. Lift your right arm up. Breathe. Put your right hand on your hip. You got lots of choices. Or stack the right foot on top of the left. Arm can go up. You can also lift your right leg. Everybody breathe. Breathe. Imagine that you're keeping that left hip off the mat. It's lifting up. 2 more breaths here. And roll back. Take the knees down. Have a seat on your shins. Roll those shoulders out. We got one side to go and then we are finished up. All right, right side. Whew, catch your breath. Heart's beating strong, I can feel it. Let's go back to all fours. Stack yourself in tabletop first. Make sure those fingers are spread wide, especially those right fingers. Hand rooted into the mat. Breathe. Send the feet back. Come into your high plank. Tip onto the right edge. Put the left foot behind you. Reach up. Or come onto the edge of the right foot. Stack the left. Left hand goes up. Or lift the leg. Listen to your wrist. Let your wrist tell you what you can do. 2 more breaths. You've got this. Let's roll back. Have a seat on the shins. Sit up. Roll the wrist out. Whew. Roll the wrist in. Take the hands, put them on the mat upside down. Backs of the hands are on the mat. Take the fingers, touch them one at a time to the thumbs. Index to thumb, middle, ring, pinky. Do it again. Index to thumb, middle, ring, pinky. Last round. Index, middle, ring, pinky. Whew, roll those wrists one more time. Out and in. Beautiful. All right, let's have a seat on our mats. Come back to that same seated position we began with. Place your hands on your knees. Close your eyes. Inhale, drop the shoulders, let the head fall back. Exhale, roll the shoulders toward the ears, chin goes to the chest. Do it with your eyes closed. Inhale, drop those shoulders, head tips back. Exhale, let it all go. Roll the shoulders to the ears, chin at the chest. Inhale, seated cow. Look up. Exhale, seated cat. Look at the belly button, even if the eyes are closed. 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good spine and neck health. 1 more. Cow and cat. Come back to neutral spine. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Let your breath begin to slow just a bit. And then move your hands from heart center and place them both on your belly. Doesn't matter which one. One on bottom, the other on top. Place them on your belly. Just breathe naturally. And tell yourself, I am powerful. I'm strong. I have value. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am strong. I have value. And I am worthy. Bring the hands up. Let them come up to your heart. Same thing, one stacked on top of the other. Say it again. I am powerful. I'm strong. I have value. And I am worthy. Feel the heartbeat. Reminding you of the strength that you have. Be grateful for the time on your mat. Be grateful for the strength that you are reintroducing to your physical body. And most importantly, to your spiritual, mental, emotional bodies as well. Hands come to heart center. Bow your head gently. And I'll leave you with Namaste.